Governor Olusegun Mimiko of Ondo State. The registration of copyright management organizations for the music industry in Nigeria is getting more controversial by the day as concerned individuals and groups continue to disagree on modalities of operations. The big question, however, is why has an initiative aimed at protecting the creative industry with regard to music become a major cause of altercations? Our next report takes a look at the state of affairs within the Nigerian music industry and the sound recording copyright management.
The Nigerian music industry continues to garner accolades, recognition and acceptance within and outside the shores of the country. Nigerian artists have gone ahead to shine on international stages and some have returned with notable plaques and commendations. However, behind the glitz and glamour, there is a great division and crisis going on how these artists receive payment for the use of their creative endeavors. Since the licensing of the Copyright Society of Nigeria, COSN, as the only copyright management organization, CMO, in the country in 2010, divergent reactions have followed, which eventually led to the banning of artists licensed under COSN by the Independent Broadcasters Association of Nigeria. They have labeled the operations of the CMO as being antagonistic and full of harassment.
The society is not hostile to COSN. What has happened is simply what happens when you have a monopoly. What are the characteristics of monopolies? I mean, monopolies tend to bully because there's no one that can question them. They can fix prices arbitrarily. They can do whatever they feel like doing. And of course, what you will find in a situation like that is there will be resistance.
The National Assembly waded into the crisis and after a public hearing recommended that the Nigerian Copyright Commission (NCC) license another CMO to work alongside COSN. But the NCC argues that this is not in line with the Copyright Act, which prohibits the duplication of royalty collection.
The position whether the Copyright Commission has a right or not to approve more than one CMO in a music and sound recording industry, the matter is presently before a court. It's therefore sub judice. We do believe that in no distant time, the court will be able to properly interpret the position of the law.
Even if Section 39 permitted the NCC to register only one collecting society, we should amend that law. If we amend the law, it will whittle down the powers of NCC and then you will have multiplicity of organizations. So it is in the best interest of NCC, if it wants to retain its wholesome power, to only register MCSN. So you will have only two.
COSN, on its part, maintains that its operations are transparent and warns against having multiple CMOs for music and sound recordings.
When you have joint works, what you call collabos in writing, then you have artist A in CMO A and artist B in CMO B. Question becomes which CMO licenses the works, which one collects the royalties. I can fight this over for a very, very endlessly. And what happens when you have an artist A in CMO A and his publisher is in CMO B? Which of them will license the works?
And so goes the stories of different parties and copyright management in Nigeria. Though all parties claim to have the interest of the Nigerian music industry at heart, it's not hard to see that unless this is quickly resolved, it may eventually hinder the industry from going to the next level.